Good morning and welcome to Morning Journal session number 405. I'm your host, Jared. All right, so we're going to get started today with a little gratitude to start off our conversation. I am grateful for is the prompt that we are starting with. So think about the things that you are appreciating right now that you have as a part of your life. In the chat over on Instagram, I see we already have a response here. I'm grateful for my intelligence. Grateful for my intelligence. Yes, a useful tool. Intelligence is a lot of different ways that it shows up. You know, a lot of times when we think about intelligence, sometimes we think of sort of a traditional, maybe academic intelligence that is easily measured, but there are a lot of different ways to be intelligent. Yeah, so I wonder, as you are expressing your gratitude for your intelligence, start thinking about what are the ways that your intelligence shows up and is a major benefit for you. Or perhaps sometimes you are looking at other people and saying, man, what's going on over there? I'm grateful that I'm not challenged in the way that this person over here seems to be challenged with what's going on. Maybe that is what is calling to mind your gratitude for your intelligence. Maybe it's not the healthiest way to do it, because anytime that we are trying to base our gratitude or positive feelings in comparison to someone else, that might be a recipe for eventual disappointment, because if it's the comparison game that you're playing, you'll always find someone in a more advantageous position than you in some respect. So while it might be something that sparks the gratitude, um, it's probably helpful to quickly move past that and just appreciate it for what it is and for the value that it brings to your life. I guess for me today, right now, I'm grateful for having energy. I guess it's an emotional energy to endure some difficult or potentially challenging situations that are on the horizon. I feel up to it emotionally. So having the feeling like you have the fortitude and the focus and all those things that are useful in helping you to face challenges. Yes, we need physical energy, but a lot of times it's the emotional toll or the mental toll that is what gets you. So I feel good that I'm grateful that I feel like I have something left in the tank for the things that are on my schedule for today and for the next coming days. So we're going to get into a conversation about making things. What am I making, and what is it making of me? What am I making, and what is it making of me? There is a reciprocal relationship between the things that you do, the things that you create, the actions that you take, and the person that you become as a result. So from a creative standpoint, you might be making some sort of art to put into the world. And in the process of making that, you are learning things about yourself and maybe learning things about the world and their reaction to it. But we are shaped by our activity. We are shaped by what we make. We are shaped by the ways that we occupy our time and our energy and our intelligence, to go back to the previous response. So think about the things that you're making in different areas of your life and what might be the result of you engaging your time in that way. We have a response in the chat that says, probably a mess. Maybe. So if you're making a mess, then what does that make of you? What does a mess do to you? When we think about making things, my first thought is um, a physical, tangible thing that exists in the world after we've done it. But a lot of the things that we make are ephemeral. They don't persist beyond the moment. Like music is an example. while you're making it, it's happening. And then when it's over, it's over. Of course, it could be recorded and replayed, but that moment when you made it is a singular moment in time. When you make music, what does that make of you? For T Mizzle over on Instagram is, I think, community, and it's making me a more caring person. So building community, engaging in community, making yourself available to community, it makes you a more caring person. Moving on to the next prompt in the conversation, we're going to be thinking about an attitude towards making things. There's so much in our lives so much convenience that we are fortunate to appreciate, that sometimes we get the impression that everything is going to be easy and convenient. I was having a conversation last week about overcoming sort of technical challenges and, presenting stuff online and creating things online. There is the user side of a lot of tools that we have where it's very easy to access, very easy to use, and a lot of times people think that digital literacy or technical ability is in being able to operate as a user. But then when you move to the creator side of things, it's a little bit more difficult. You got to learn how to navigate the software in a specific way. There are a lot of steps in the process of getting things set up. It's not necessarily an easy thing to do. Even though it's easy for the listener or the user or the viewer to access it, it might not be easy for you as the creator to actually put it out there for them to see in a real way. So sometimes we get used to convenience and we anticipate it, but then when we get in the middle of doing it, we realize that, oh, this is a process. This is going to take a long time. So the prompt is, how might I enjoy how long it takes? Where can you find or shift your attitude about the things that require a long time and a lot of effort? How can we shift our attitudes about those things so that it's not a drag? How can we shift those expectations? Well, I guess one is just acknowledging the fact that a thing takes a long time, the fact that there are hurdles and obstacles to overcome in order to accomplish that thing. It lets you know that not everybody's going to do it. So, response in the chat, I feel like the more effort I put in, the better I'll feel about the result. Yeah, for sure. I think we can live with the result when we know we've done our best. Yes, there still might be some disappointment if it doesn't go exactly the way we would hope. But overall, I believe that when you know you've done your best, it's going to be okay. The joy comes in knowing that in giving my best, I've probably improved and grown through that. So the next time I try, I'll be even better. First, we talked about gratitude, and we have a lot to be grateful for. And it's important to check into that. And the main part of our conversation today has been about what we're making, whether it's an ephemeral thing that's passing in the moment or something that's going to stand as a piece of a body of work that you're creating or a life that you're building. Whatever it is that we're making, what is it making of us? What are we becoming as a result? And then finally, we talked about enjoying that process. How can I enjoy how long it's going to take? Embrace what you've signed up for, Don't fall victim to the convenience trap and expect things to be easy that are by definition going to be challenging. Recognizing that the value in the thing is in how hard it is in how long it takes. The length of time and the difficulty, that is where your opportunity is in doing those things. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? Well, I hope you have a good day today. I'm glad that you spent the beginning of it with me. And yeah, go out and make something that makes you better. This has been session 405, Morning Journal. We'll see you again real soon.